Hello everyone, this is Rajiv Kohli and welcome back to our channel The Teacher. And in this tutorial I will try to animate this animation in PowerPoint 2016. That is a pen from Darin at codepen.io website, and the animation is called Yeti 404 page not found, and I will try to illustrate the same animation in PowerPoint 2016. So before I dig into the tutorial, let me explain you a few basics things that you should consider when you want to replicate a few animations in PowerPoint 2016, just like this one. So before we start replicating this animation in PowerPoint 2016, I would like to tell you a few basics things that you should consider while looking at a 2D animation if you want to replicate that in PowerPoint 2016. So here we have a monkey. We have to note down which objects are moving here in this animation. So first of all, as you can see that the mouth of the monkey and the beard of the monkey were moving. Let's see it from the beginning. The mouth is shaking as well as the beard of the monkey, and the left hand is shaking as well. Okay, mouth, beard, left hand, and then light blinks and the right hand move down, the mouth shrink and the eyes grow. Let's see it once more time. As soon as the light blink, the eyes grow and the mouth shrink, and again it come back to its original position. So that is what we have to reanimate in PowerPoint 2016, and here I have this presentation over here. Let me show you the slideshow. So I tried my best to replicate this animation in PowerPoint, and I hope you will like that. However, there are a few things that I didn't cover here in PowerPoint 2016, but still it's kind of the same animation. So if you want to do these kind of 2D animations in PowerPoint, then you have to take care of a few things first. Let me show you that. Open the selection pane from the select drop down button and click selection pane, and here you can see all the objects that I have drawn here. So let me hide all of them first, and we will start beginning by one. So here we have a pillow. All of these objects has been drawn using the shape tools from the insert tab, and then after drawing a shape I have used format tab to use various other commands like edit shape, edit points, and shape fill, shape outline, and other formatting command that required to create these kind of objects. So next I have a face, and then we have a left hand, mouth, beard, closed mouth. As you can see that we have two different objects. One is only the mouth and another one is closed mouth. So we will animate both of these objects in a manner that it will look like only one mouth. Then we have right, left eye, right hand. Then we have this foreground on the top of other objects, and these are three different layers of foreground. Then we have the text written on the foreground, and then the main letters 404 with various shadows. Then we have the 404 in the light, and that is a single object, whereas these are objects which look like similar to the light color, but they are both are different objects. And now let me show you the animations that I have applied on this presentation. So these are total 22 animations, whereas only first 15 animations are different, and then I have repeated the last animation with a different delay timings. So let's start from the beginning, and let me delete all of these animations first by selecting the first one, then hold down the shift key and then hit the delete key from the keyboard. So first of all we will animate the mouth. So you can zoom in a little bit. As you are zooming in, you can see that the objects on your presentation are moving outward of the screen. So what you can do here, you can first select the object which you want to zoom into and then start zooming in. That way it will zoom into that particular object. So I need to animate this mouth first, and you can also open the selection pane along with the animation pane, so you can notice that which object you have selected. So I have selected the right object, which is mouth. Now I will apply the first animation by going to animations, add animation, and here I will apply the grow shrink effect. Set it to play with previous. In this presentation I will apply with previous to all the animations, so I don't need to mention it again. Now open the effect options by double clicking on the effect, and for this grow shrink effect I will use 110%, and I want to auto reverse this effect without any smoothness. Hit the OK key, and for the duration I will apply a very small duration of 0.10 seconds with 0 delay timings, and I want to repeat this animation 25 times. So open the effect option window, go to timings, and here I will apply 25, hit the OK key, and as you can see that it will repeat this grow shrink animation 25 times. Let me show you the slideshow. That's fine. Now I want to move this beard up and down, so for that I will apply the motion path. Click add animation and go to more motion paths, and here we'll apply diagonal down right. Hit the OK key, and that will be a very large path by default, so zoom out a little bit. You can hold down the control key and then can use the middle mouse button to zoom in and zoom out. So I will shrink that path length. So you have to do this very carefully because we need to apply a very short path here, and that is the full zoom 400%. So you can select the animation from the animation pane. Okay, a little bit down, just right here. That's fine. Set it to play with previous, and for duration that will have the same duration of 0.10 seconds without any delay timing. And I also want to auto reverse this effect. I want to move the beard to the diagonal down right, and then I want to reverse it back to the original position. That is why I am using auto reverse for this effect, and go to the timing tab, and I also want to repeat this effect 25 times. Hit the OK key. Okay, let's see the slideshow. The path is a little bit, let me shorten it just right here. That is what the problem with PowerPoint. When you need to assign a very short part, then it make it very difficult. Okay, I want to shorten it a little bit, but you can hold down the Alt key when you need to adjust the path length of motion paths. I think that's fine here. Let's see the slideshow. Okay, that's fine. It will repeat this effect 25 times and then it will stop, and that is when the light will blink. Okay, so the next animation we will apply on the left hand, and for that I will apply add motion path, more motion path, and for the hand you can apply any direction like left, right, or diagonal down or diagonal up. Hit the OK key, and later you can adjust the position of the path. That is why it doesn't matter that which direction you choose, you can always adjust the path as you like. So let me zoom in here and adjust the path. I think that much is fine. Let me see the original animation. Okay. Okay, I think that much length is fine. Let's see. Let me adjust the timings first. Set it to play with previous and a duration of 0.10 second and a 2-second delay here. Open the effect option window, and I don't need any smoothness for this effect, so I will set them to 0, and I want to auto reverse effect and want to repeat this effect 3 times. Hit the OK key and let's see the preview. After 2 seconds it will start moving. Okay, that's fine. Now again, after a short delay, I want to repeat the same animation. So in PowerPoint, when you use the repeat command, then there is no further any option to set a delay timing between the repeats. So you have to reapply the same animation again on the subject. So, and for that I will again select the left hand, go to add animation, go to more motion path and apply any direction, like I will apply right this time. Zoom out a little bit and then adjust the path. Okay, now you have to match the starting and ending point with the previous effect. Let me set it to play with previous and 0.10 second duration with a delay timing of 4 seconds. Open the effect option window. I don't want any smoothness. Want to auto reverse this effect and want to repeat this 3 times. Hit the OK key, and there is only one difference is of delay timing between both of the effects. So let's see the preview. Okay, that was the first one and that was the second one. So I have to adjust the path length to match with the previous. Okay, after adjusting the path, let me show you the slideshow. It will move for the first time and then again for the second time. That's fine here. Now let's move further, and now the fifth animation will be on the right hand. Select the right hand, zoom in a little bit, and for the right hand I will apply the motion path, and that will be diagonal down right. Hit the OK key and adjust the path length. I want to move it just right here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let me set it to play with previous with a duration of 0.50 seconds and a delay timing of around 6.25 seconds. Open the effect option window by double clicking on this effect, and here I need the default smoothness for this animation, but don't want to reverse this effect because I want this hand to move right down here and stay there until I apply the next animation to this hand. And for timings are correct, hit the OK key. Okay, let's see the slideshow. And you must also notice that the hand is moving below the foregrounds, and that is what you have to look for, that which object has been placed on what position. That is why the right hand is moving beneath the foregrounds. Okay, now after right hand we need to animate the mouth again, and for mouth, after a specific time I want the mouth to disappear, and for that I will select this mouth, go to animation, add animation, and this time I will apply the exit effect, and for the exit effect I will choose zoom. Hit the OK key, set it to play with previous, and for this effect open the effect option, and I need this default object center here, and in the timing tab set the duration to 0.25 seconds and delay timing to 7.25 seconds. Hit the OK key. Okay, that's fine. Now I need to open the selection pane also, and here I would like to show you that this is the open mouth and this one is the closed mouth, as you can see that here. So what I am going to do next is I want to call the closed mouth, as the open mouth will get disappear through the zoom effect. So I have selected the closed mouth here. Go to the animation, add animation, and apply the appear animation after a delay timing of, set it to play with previous, and delay timing of 7.25 seconds. Now we will animate the left eye. Okay, I have selected the right object, and for the right eye I will apply the grow shrink effect. Set it to play with previous with a duration of around 0.25 seconds and a delay timing of 7.25 seconds at the same time when the closed mouth will appear. And for smoothness, I don't want any smoothness and want to increase the size up to 150%, and no auto reverse for this effect, and don't want to repeat it as well. And for the right eye I will use the same effect, and for that I will select the left eye first, click the animation painter, and then click carefully on the right eye. Okay, we have the same animation on the right eye as well. Now I want to move the right hand back to its original position, and you can see the path length here. It is beginning right from here and stopping right here. So again I will apply the motion path, and this time I will apply diagonal upright. Hit the OK key. Now you have to reverse the path, so that I will move the starting point right here at the ending point of the previous effect, and the ending point at the starting point of the previous effect. Okay, let me see if fit carefully. Okay, I think it's matching. Yes, it is matching. Set it to play with previous, and for duration I will apply 0.50 seconds for this animation, and delay timing of 10.25 seconds after 3-second delay. And then open the effect option window, and I need a default smoothness for this effect. Don't want to reverse and don't want to repeat it as well. Hit the OK key, and let's see the slideshow. Okay, left hand moves first, then the second time, then mouth and beard stop. Okay, that's fine. Now the next effect will be on the right eye. Okay, now for the right eye I will again apply the grow shrink effect. Set it to play with previous with a delay timing of 10.25 seconds with a duration of around 0.25 seconds, and also will add a 0.25 second delay, that will be 10.50 seconds. Okay, and open the effect option window and want to shrink the size to 75%. No smoothness, and don't want to auto reverse it as well. Hit the OK key, and same effect I will apply on the left eye. Add animation. This time I cannot use the animation painter, so I have to reapply this animation. Grow shrink, set it to play with previous with a duration of 0.25 seconds, delay timing of 10.50 seconds. Want to shrink it to 75%. And don't want to repeat it. Hit the OK key, and let's see if I reverse back to the original size. Okay, here they will grow and later they will shrink back. Okay, that's fine. Now we will apply the animation to the closed mouth, and for this go to add animation and apply disappear. Set it to play with previous and a delay timing of 10.50 seconds. I want the closed mouth to get disappear, and again the mouth to reappear, and for that I will again apply the zoom effect to the mouth. Set it to play with previous with a duration of 0.25 seconds and delay timing of 10.50 seconds. For the effect option, that will be the default object center. Let's see the slideshow. Okay, that's fine. And finally, we will apply the animation to the light with color change text, and that will be the final object that we need to animate. And the effect that has been used on this object are very simple. You only need to apply appear and disappear effect with the different delay timings, and I will do that very quickly. Let me start. Add animation, appear, set it to play with previous, and the first appear will be on 4.75 seconds. And then I want to make this object disappear, so I will apply disappear at a delay timing of 5 seconds. Set it to play with previous first and set a delay timing of 5 seconds. And again select this object, add appear with previous with a delay timing of 5.25 seconds. Select this object again, disappear with previous and a delay timing of 8.25 seconds. Again select this object, add appear with previous with a delay timing of 8.50 seconds. Add disappear with previous and delay timing of 8.75 seconds. Again add appear with previous 9 seconds and add disappear with previous at 9.25 seconds. Okay, let's see the final preview. I am not using these two objects. As you can see here, the white body of the monkey, as you can see in the original animation, when the light blinks, the light reflects on the body as well. But I have not included these objects in my presentation, so if you want to add them, then you can really use them. I have included these two lights here. So in the final presentation, if you want to include them, then you can also apply the appear and disappear effect on both of these objects as well. So let's see the final preview. So I hope you will like this tutorial. Let me know by leaving your valuable comments in the section below. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more upcoming tutorial videos. Thanks for watching and have a great day.